welcome to the Mulligan Menace. Today we got kind of a different type of thing. This is a deck that was a viewer submission. He wanted to share his deck list. This is Ida Noses. He shared it in the comments of the video and said, hey, can you take a look at this and see how you'd improve it? And he wanted to kind of showcase it on the channel if I could. So definitely, I wanted to kind of go through how I look at these decks and the ways that I improve them. So we'll walk through that a little bit. I think that's probably really good for newer players as well on how to look at decks and how to improve them. Looking at his deck here, I just want to carry on the same theme and don't want to go too crazy with it. But the whole idea is we have Corroding Dragonstorm. So when this drops, you gain, or your opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, Surveil 2. But it goes back to your hand for dragons, which works really good with a Shapeshifter. So that comes into play like here. So that bounces back to your hand. Kind of nice. But when you combine that with Enduring Tenacity, it has a doubling effect, which is really kind of cool. So they lose even more life in that situation. You have the cores as well that are another Shapeshifter, which can bounce it back to your hand. He has one of Ghost Vacuum in there. Bitter Triumph for removal. Nowhere to Run's a nice removal as well for enchantments. Want to have enchantments in play because he's playing Beseech the Mirrors as well. So I'm thinking he's using these to find the tenacities. Shoot the Sheriff, Terminus, Cruel Claw, Heist, just one-ofs of those. Dagger, Louise, gain some life as well. Tenacity, Cover Up, and Annex. Obviously the Annex combo with the Shapeshifters and the cores. I'm not sure why the layer's in here. Sanctuary, Fountain Port. But I'll show you actually what I changed here, and we'll go to the revamped list that I have here. So I wanted to stay on theme. I really like the idea of having the tenacities in the deck. We're going to build around the idea of dragons and tenacities, the dragons for the Dragonstorm. So we actually added for removal exhales, because if you're going to have dragons in your deck, and keep in mind, shapeshifters count as dragons, so we have 4 here, 4 here, that they count as dragons for the idea of Caustic Exhale and also Dragonstorm. We also said, hey, if we're throwing in dragons, let's throw in the Regent. So instead of having a regular black sweeper, we're actually utilizing this as our sweeper in the deck for Exude Toxin, just because it works really well and combos out. So you're going to notice this deck is just full of combos. Almost every card in the deck combos out one way or another. So obviously this combos with dragons, Corroding Dragonstorms combos with dragons, but it also combos with the Enduring Tenacity and any of the Shapeshifters. Nowhere to Run is great removal, able to get through Ward and Hexproof, but it also combos out with the Beseech the Mirror. Same thing with the Dragonstorm. Terminus to Return, same thing. You can feed it to Beseech, but it also allows you to ramp. Sneakling, just a way to get something in. It's a nice way to block, but it works really good with the Annex that we have in the deck, as well as counting as a dragon for pulling Exhale or Dragonstorm. And then we have just a nice life gain that works really well with Enduring Tenacity. We have the Revenant as well. This is 2 of in the deck. We wanted to have another way to have a lifelink ability in there. And what's nice with this is even if they kill it and it goes to the yard, you can give another one of your creatures flying and life link and death touch. So even if you have a tenacity in play and you have one of these in your yard, you can give your tenacity, life link, and flying. And a lot of times you can get in with that. And then it triggers twice. So that means it's going to actually do 8 damage if this gets in when it damages an opponent, which is crazy because now it's going to have life link. Then you got, or I should say, you can also use that for your Sneaklings that you get into play. You can actually Sneakling at the end of the turn, kind of surprise them, and then get that lifelink, get it in for extra damage with the life gain. Core, obviously, we got ramp here, but it also works really good with the Unholy Annex that we have. Regents, we kind of talked about that. Yes, you can use it as sweeper, but it is also a solid 4/4 flyer. And if you want to, you can give it lifelink and death touch with Regent if that ever goes to your bin. Tenacities are the core of the deck. You want to get these out, and even if they die, they come back as enchantments, which is fantastic. Beseech the Mirror allows you to do a couple different things with. You can actually search out your tenacities and drop them right in play by sacrificing a token or sacrificing one of your enchantments, which you got a bunch of in your deck here. And then you can also search out your Regent if you need to get a sweeper, which is fantastic. Or just in general, if you want to find your Louise as well, you can search that out and put that in your hand and then cast it for the win. We do have 2 of Bloodthirsty. The only real reason why we have in this, you might as well run this if you're running Tenacity, because those are like kind of like an instant win combo. As long as you can deal 1 damage to your opponent, these things go off, and that just is an instant win combo between those two. So the ability to do that is really fantastic, especially when, if you can cast this, put this into play, and then you can Beseech the Mirror the next turn as long as it stays to play, and find your Tenacity, drop it into play, and deal some damage to them, because this has evasion with being flying as it is. The other nice thing is Unholy Annex. As long as you have a core in the Annex, you're doing damage to your opponent every turn. So if you get this combo into play, you don't even have to attack in. You can just rely on Annex to do the damage to your opponent, and that triggers all of the combo flying off, and we'll just kill them right there on the spot. For the land, we got 19 swamps, 2 adventures in, 3 Soul and Sanctuary, which can be counted as your demons. We do have the adventures in. That allows you to actually trigger the combo by just having these 2 cards in play. So even if you have a Tenacity, which they might kill it and comes back as an enchantment, you can cast on the next turn. You can cast a Bloodthirsty Conqueror, drop the adventures in, gain life, trigger the damage, and then the combo goes off. So you don't even need to attack in that situation. This deck went 8-1, pretty insane. Worked really well. I'm pretty happy with how this kind of played out. You're going to see just how well this deck worked in the gameplay. But first, if you could, hit that subscribe button below. I appreciate it. I post daily deck videos. And if you have a deck that you want me to look at that you are playing, if you want to see how I would improve it, like I said, I'm not perfect by any means in how I create these. Not an expert, but I can give you my thoughts on how I would adjust the deck. So yeah, leave those in comments and I'll look at them, and maybe you can be featured on a future video. Let's get into the gameplay. All right. We got a Dragonstorm as well as Tenacity. Let's keep this. Oh, Authority. Oh, another Sneakling. We're going to get the Dragonstorm down. Got the Vault going here. Ooh, that's not bad. Let's put the land on top. See what they got going on. See what Stuart got cooking in the kitchen here. All right, they got Sin Sparrows. They're going to be bringing something back from the graveyard. They can get rid of the Beseech. We'll just wait till the end of their turn. Hopefully we draw a land after the Bloodthirsty, because then we got the combo. We will cast Tenacity. Doubling season. Wow. All right. We'll get this out so we can bounce the Dragonstorm back. They gain life. That's fine. We knew we were getting the Conqueror, so... And then we'll attack in to get rid of that life they gained. So if we draw land and we're able to attack in, we won the game. As long as Tenacity stays. As long as they lose life, obviously. But they've got to have something going on here, so I'm not going to say that's going to be the assured way. They can hold up removal, kill off the Conqueror. It's possible we just don't draw any land. There's a couple different things going on, or that can go on here. Okay, they're up to 5 land plus a treasure token. Taking Collector's Vault here. Otherwise, they can just get their Esper Origins. That's what they started with. They still can trigger their Collector's Vault. That's what they want to do. And still have 1 treasure token after that. Okay. I have 2 lands available. All right, we're going to go for it. They've got instant speed. They might just have removal here. We'll try attacking in with both. They're going to kill the Tenacity? Or the Conqueror? All right, I think we got it. Nice combo going on here. GG's. All right, we go first here. Dragonstorm. We do have a combo here. Annex as well. Let's keep it. Get that Dragonstorm down next turn. Get the Surveil going. Tenacity, land. Yeah, let's go for it. We'll drop the Annex. Having a secondary Tenacity, especially with having the Annex here, is not a bad thing. I do kind of want to keep Adventures in my hand, if I can. Oh, man. I guess we do Tenacity. Or do we just do Adventurers? Let's do Adventurers. That might hurt otherwise, actually. Let's do this. Tenacity. We're going to get the 5 mana anyways. See what they do here. Get Losts are going to be a little rough on Tenacity. Okay, they got flying now. Beseech the Mirror. Get Tenacity down. We did not find our 5th land, unfortunately. Hopefully we find it next turn. I guess we can't trigger it in the same turn anyways. That's rough. Maybe we beseech the dragon. We can do nowhere to run as well. Well, I guess we just get this out. Do we just trigger this? The nowhere to run is 2 casting costs, so we don't have the mana for that yet. We can just turn that on. We can just get Tenacity out. Maybe we just get Tenacity out. We'll take 4 damage. We did find the land here. So we can beseech nowhere to run next turn if needed. Okay. That's not the worst. We got everything we kind of need already. A second Adventures Inn would be like the perfect thing. Ooh. Alright, well, we're definitely going to beseech nowhere to run here. Grab the nowhere to run. Perfect card in that situation. Now we got our tenacities, and then we can cast Bloodthirsty and win the game. As long as it hangs around, that is. Well, I guess it won't now. Well, we can behold this, actually. Okay. I guess we still have it, don't we? I mean, we'll force them to block if we just drop our Bloodthirsty. With both creatures. They did, okay. Still died, so we just win the game. GG's. Such a fun combo. Alright, let's take a look at this one. We don't have a whole lot of removal or anything like that. We do have the Revenant on turn 3, and then a whole bunch of Tenacities. It would be kind of funny to put the Flying Death Touch lifeline counter on a Tenacity. We'll see what's going on here. Let's see if we can get turn 3, turn 4. That'd be pretty stellar. Do we do that? I think we do. That's unfortunate. Kind of wish we'd have tossed a land now, but kind of is what it is. Like, we are going to toss the land this turn. Get this out. See if they have some removal. We are really hoping for a land. We want to get at least one of these in play. Okay, they got the core out. And unfortunately, we did not get our land because we pitched it. I think we just do this. Got another Annex in our hand. This counteracts the discard that they've been doing. Let's attack in. They have removal. They do. Okay. Well, I think we get another one of these out. That's a pretty good pickup. Don't need two of them, but it's a good pickup for the annexes. If we have to discard, I think we probably discard Corroding Dragonstorm. I think between the annexes, the cores, and the tenacities, we pretty much have what we want. Okay, we're going to get the core down here, just because we can't find our fourth land. Plus, we'll get our life gain here. Okay, we're still not finding that land, but we can get a tenacity down next turn now. This is going to be really strong at the end of next turn. Okay, they're going to be upset when they look at our hand. They can bounce the core, though. That hurts. Especially if we don't draw land. Three cores. Yep, they went over tenacity. Let's get the one down. Gotta discard a card. Think we discard a core this time. Bandit's Talent is not going to do it for them. I think we get rid of one of those and a Dragonstorm. Oh, just one we have to get rid of. We can actually make this flying next turn, which is kind of funny, and lifelink. That does gain life. Oh, we just get rid of one of these. So we can core and give this flying and lifelink. Okay, no blocks. That's pretty good too. GG's. Alright, opponent goes first in this one. We don't have any removal. We'll try keeping it though. We have the Surveil for us. Maybe we can find an Enduring Renewal. Enduring Renewal would actually be a pretty good draw. Or Enduring Tenacity, not Renewal. Enduring Tenacity. We do have the core coming down soon as well. Beseech the Mirror. Gonna do core next turn. Mirror can get us the Enduring. We're going to try keeping adventures in our hand. Maybe cast this on turn 6, followed by adventures to win the game if I have Enduring out.
Danger surrounds us. Stay close. Thank you.
Let's do that. To draw land here, we can beseech. Unfortunately, corroding is in our hand. We can't sacrifice that to the beseech.
My ally stands.
Hold on here. Sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token. We don't really want to sacrifice the core. Tempted to just get this down. Let's do this. We can do that, followed by Dragonstorm. Land's not a bad thing. We got a lot going on here. So we'll beseech, sacrificing the Dragonstorm, and then follow it up with the Conqueror and In, and win the game. As long as they're tapped. Okay, that's fine.
My blade serves the people of this world.
Stand by my side.
And they can destroy the Enduring, and we can still do it. That's a lot.
Rise!
We'll bargain. Get rid of that. We'll get Enduring Tenacity down. They're at 10 already. I mean, they can do 15 damage to us at a minimum. This is going to be close. All right, that's a lot. It's 20 damage. Yep, they got it. We waited one turn too long. GG's. Another one where the opponent goes first. We'll take this. We do have all our dragon goodness that we have in the deck here. Not all of it, but heck, now we got another dragon, right? Well, we might as well just kill that. Get the Dragonstorm down, get the core down, then we can put the Dragonstorm down again. Got plenty of land here, so we'll want to surveil land away. Oh, another Dragonstorm's kind of interesting. I think we actually throw that in the graveyard, though. Unholy is good, especially with the core. We're going to cast the core next turn, I think. Badger Mold. I could just wait a turn for that. I mean, we could only do 1 damage anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Two Badger Mold. I think we figured out what we're doing next turn. Oh, man. He's going to be able to attack it and put a counter on it. Oh, no. He didn't have that ability. Yeah, he should have done Abzan, and then he could have countered it. And then, because he knew it would have survived. Actually, no one to, because I can do it for 3. All right. It's, might as well just do it for everything. Okay. 4, 5. We can do Annex and Dragonstorm. He's not bad. We'll take him. Especially because we're getting a lot of land here. Too bad this doesn't have trample. They can just block with their forests. I could cast and get a 6/6. I always feel like we're 1 off. I feel like this is probably better. Oh, we can even get that in too. So if they try to like kill this maybe, and then we can sneak or flash this in and kill their Badgermal Cub, which would be kind of interesting if it attacks in. They just cast that. Do they have a sack land? They don't. Just a single land. Okay. You draw cards. I mean, we're going to do quite a bit of damage to them this turn. Do we just kill them? They're taking damage there. Do they have removal? The bat. I mean, that can block. I guess we'll do that. They want to take the Sneakling, they can take the Sneakling. Villager, I figured they would. I mean, this is going to kill. That's unfortunate. We'll just get that out. That back to our hand. Got another Sneakling. So we can attack him with this. That leaves us open for 2. Attack so that they can block. Block. They only take 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's do that. Let's fire this up. They have to double block here. Okay. Hopefully they don't realize we have their Dragonstorm in hand. They did. Which I think we put the Revenant out. That just gives us another flyer that can get in. So now they have to block 2 flyers or get rid of 2 flyers because they're going to take 2 damage here. Yeah, that's not going to do it, is it? Nope, beast creatures. We even have the pillager. GG's. All right, we go first here. We got a little bit of ramp here as well as the tenacity. Nice to have that ramp going into Scavenger as well because we can do that exude toxins. Let's keep it. Can get the Sneakling in there too. Ooh. We want to do that first. Hey, that's pretty good. I think it's worth. So they're Godless Shrine. Blood Crypt. Alright. Dragonstorm comes back. We can do Tenacity next turn. We can even follow it up with an Adventurer's Inn if we want to. And then do 2. This might seem weird. I might not play a land just so I can double trigger it. Let's do that. I think that's one of the first times I've done that. Just that they don't exile it. That's all that matters. Wow. And they find it in our hand, too. All right, we're going to have to use the other combo in our deck to try to win. Suppose we could also just drop the Regent here next turn. We found the combo piece too as the next draw spell. Let's actually get that down. And he had removal. We'll do Dragonstorm, followed by Scavenger Regent. Let's do it that way. We can double trigger that. So we want to get the Unholy Annex and then cast Dragonstorm. I don't like that he can get rid of enchantments, possibly. A lot of damage. That's pretty good. Now I'm kind of rethinking this. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, they're down to 5 after this turn. Well, they're going to get up to 7. Okay, they... Yeah, they have enough to get the chamber as well. See if they attack in with everything. They do. Oh man, I was hoping to do that a little differently. Let's see here what we can do. We attack in for 4. And they'll take 6. 4, 5, 6. They're going to block one of my 4/4s. If they block this one, they'll take 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I think we got them. Just exacts these two. And then Annex takes care of the rest. I don't want to cast anything, otherwise this triggers. I mean, I guess this just kills them. GG's. Alright, opponent goes first in this one. I guess we can try this. We got removal turn 2 with the Annex turn 3. It's a little slower. Yeah. Guess we can go after Badgermole Cub if they got it. Oh, we can get a dragon this turn. We'll behold the dragon. So let's give us a sweeper if they do end up start ramping out again. Let's see what we got. All right. I think that was a pretty good move to get rid of that last turn. We got the ooze. Now that's probably going to eat the elf next turn if they got free mana. Hey! Badgermole. Well, we can actually sweep this board. Now we can actually beseech for the ensuring. I think we actually get this out, and then we could beseech next turn. Because I don't think they're dropping this, but we'll see. Alright, that's good. Just let me keep the Conqueror. GG's. We had the combo next turn. Alright, we go first on this one for land. We do have removal as well as the Sneakling, and then we got Beseech. We'll keep this. We'll be able to exhale, because we technically have the dragon with the shapeshifter. See what they cast. We'll just drop this at the end of their turn if they don't do anything. We might just kill it. Do have another dragon in hand now, which is nice. All right. It's a cheap consult. Only 2 land. They're also not getting the kicker. Basically just says draw a card, I guess. I mean, you could pick between 2 cards, but not great. Okay, they did get the Unholy down. I think we might get the Regent down since the coast is clear. Obviously, we want to get something a little better. This also does force a discard if they go after it. Core would be nice to get down, but I think we just use the mirror. I guess we'll see what they do. They have 3 mana open. Next turn, they possibly could turn on the chamber. They want to go after the Regent? They do. Yeah, that's 2 cards. Possibly 3. I think they took 3 damage from that. Nice. Well, we got 5 here. I think we just got to go for the core. If we beseech, this really doesn't do it for us. Just get the core down. If they do tap out for the ritual chamber, we can double exhale. That'll actually be really good for us, too. Ooh, they took damage, too. I'm really hoping they do this, because that's basically a win for us at that point. 2. Deadly cover up. Alright, we didn't want that one. They don't even have enough to pay for that. Seems like an odd go. That does ruin my double exhale plan. We can do that next turn still. Let's do this. We'll attack in, get 4 damage in. That makes it so he most likely will ritual chamber unless he picks up a core. Stock up. He does realize he's dead on board here, right? I guess he's looking for the core. All right, GG's. Well, this deck rocked, I gotta say. Really worked really well. I loved the combination of the Caustic Exhale with the Dragonstorm, how it worked out with the Sneaklings and the cores, able to bounce them back to your hand for the Dragonstorms, get cheap exhales, and then obviously the combination that it just works with Unholy Strength for the core and the Sneakling. Beseech the Mirror was kind of nice to find the Tenacities as well, but man, the combo Tenacity and Conqueror just wins. So this deck actually surprised me how well this worked. What did we end up going? Was that 8-1? I think I ended up going with this. That's pretty dang good for a deck like this. So definitely give this one a try. Please hit that subscribe button below. And thanks again to Nozes. Really appreciate giving me a deck list to improve. And have a fantastic day.